This is The Wire for 2300 Zulu, July 2nd, 2025. Precedence is routine. Information cutoff is 2200. Bottom line up front. Iranians close airspace to commercial aviation. FBI gets new headquarters building. Beginning with international events. In the Middle East, this afternoon, Iranian airspace was closed along the western border of the nation, ceasing all commercial aviation traffic until tomorrow. This comes a few hours after Iranian authorities briefly opened their airspace to commercial traffic for some international flights. Analysts comment. As this is a developing situation, it's hard to determine what's going on. Normally, the closure of Iranian airspace indicates some sort of security threat. However, their airspace has mostly been closed for weeks now. It's possible that a mix-up occurred or that the Iranians changed their mind regarding reopening their skies to commercial traffic. Either way, it's still a tense situation all around. On the home front, in Washington, D.C., this morning FBI Director Kash Patel announced that the decision to move the FBI's headquarters has been finalized, and that the FBI will be moving from the J. Edgar Hoover building down the street to the upgraded and modernized Ronald Reagan building, with offices also expanding to include the old USAID offices in the International Trade Center building. In Texas, this morning 4 individuals were arrested in conjunction with an investigation into a kickback scheme in Houston. One of the individuals arrested was an ICE agent and allegedly worked with a local bail bond company to lift deportation retainer classifications for a fee. Analyst comments for this wire. As a reminder, there are still plans to conduct another round of No Kings protests on July 4th. However, considering the abysmal turnout the first time, most of these events probably won't happen or remain comparatively low risk. The protests planned for July 4th have received none of the media blitz the first protest experienced, and therefore probably won't be that impactful. However, any event that brings large crowds and poor security practices presents risk in our modern times, so being aware of these events is still worthwhile. This concludes The Wire for 2300 Zulu, July 2nd, 2025.